you're just getting settled in, it's all right. Sing along if you're ready, and if you're not ready, then keep getting settled.
Always sing along anyway.
All right, yeah, that's right. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. We're going to call up our guest musician, Jamie Lula. And we're really happy to have you here this beautiful Sunday morning, and happy to have Jamie playing and singing for us and with us. So now we're ready to start our official services. If you're ready to rise and join us in singing We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For.
Did we get the lyrics?
Yep, they are.
Good morning, y'all. That's what we say in Southern California, y'all. It goes like this. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Your turn. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. That I am. Oh, I am. That I am. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. And I am. Oh, I am. And that I am. One more time. Oh, I am. That I am. Oh, I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap.
Thank you. The Unity musical ministers, along with Jamie. Jamie, thank you very much. We're really glad you're here. Welcome. And speaking to Jamie, Jamie has over 6 albums, and if you are inspired by his music, he'll be on the patio after the service. Reverend Michael Beckwith describes Jamie's music as more than a shiver-inducing experience and sound. It is an inspiration itself as an offering just to you. Whoa, what am I going to say, is what Michael Beckwith says. So thank you for being here. Good morning. My name is Ron, and hi. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity of Welcome Creek. I love Welcome Creek, but that's not right. Unity of Walnut Creek, yes. And so I am up here because I love looking at all your beautiful faces, the individual expression of God. So thank you for letting me be up here and serving you this morning. If you please take a moment to check your cell phones or your portable 8-tracks to make sure that people remember 8-tracks. Cool, not bad. And after you check your cell phones, please turn to the camera behind you and welcome our brothers and sisters online. Thank you for being here. We truly, truly appreciate you being here. And please know that you are an important part of our Unity community. So thank you for being with us. As a lot of you know, Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission here at Unity of Walnut Creek is, in loving community, we empower spiritual growth by modeling and teaching universal spiritual principles. Amen? 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 There we go. Because you got to compete with the 11:30, right? Because they got a lot of energy. So. And so let us say our statement of faith. Okay, so let's relax and take a deep breath. And so we're going to inhale, and as we release that breath, we're going to say thank you. Okay, so let's take a deep breath, release, and say thank you. And then let's say our affirmation. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Yeah, let's say that once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Just soak that in. Yummy. So we would like to acknowledge our newcomers. So if you are here for the first time, thank you for being here. We truly appreciate you bringing your heart to us. Now, we have a welcome packet if you wish to receive it, and if you even feel comfortable in raising your hand so we can bring it to you with a wooden necklace handmade by one of our Unity parishioners. Any newcomers? Oh, you already got, I like you. You're prepared. Good job. Well, oh, you've never gotten one? Oh, great. Here you go, right here. You're very welcome. And if there's someone else who doesn't feel comfortable enough and who's new, doesn't want to raise their hand, you can pick up a packet over at the welcome table, which is across the courtyard. So thank you for being here. And we have, for newcomers and old comers, we have connection cards in the back of the chairs, and so in the pocket in front of you, and these are for prayer requests for yourself or any loved one in your life that you want to celebrate something with, or there's an issue in their life that you feel they need your love. And so you can do that, and they will be prayed over throughout the week. And so at this time, it's one of our favorite times at Unity. It's huggy, huggy time. So please greet your neighbors with a hug if you like, or just a good handshake until the gong. Okay, Susan, now we can hug. Good morning. Hey, sweetie.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Hooker, and I would love to tell you about some of the exciting opportunities happening in our community. Join your Unity community and Jamie Lula at 5 o'clock this evening for a Bring Your Own picnic on the lawn, followed by a fabulous concert at 6:30. This is a start of our fun summer concerts. The cast, crew, and musicians of Connections are selling their DVDs. This is a great way for you to support the prosperity of our church and the future of creative projects at Unity. Please make your purchases in the bookstore. Our spiritual learning classes begin on July 10th, and we have 3 great classes with 3 powerful instructors. Are you ready to take your health into your own hands and feel happier, healthier, and more alive in just minutes a day? Trey Boxer will teach you self-care with Touch for Health and acupressure on Monday evenings. On Tuesdays, move beyond working your stuff out and learn to cut through it. Pam Essen will show how to live in balance with cut through using HeartMath techniques, and all experience levels are welcome. Are you ready to shore up your foundation of faith, release limited thinking, and free yourself through forgiveness and enhance your generosity? On Thursdays, expand your prosperity and catch a new vision for your life with Reverend Kristen Powell and the 4 Pillars of Prosperity. And you can find pre-registration forms for this class on the welcome table outside on the patio. And now, I'd like to invite Faith and Kayla to the platform.
Welcome to Unity, and we would like you to join our Amakua Heart Center Bless Fest.
The Amakua Heart Center is a spiritual community run here by our family. And Bless Fest is an all-day festival and community concert happening here. We'll have classes such as Kundalini Yoga and Crystal Healing.
Tai Chi and tarot card readings.
And we also have a lot of our guest speakers are actually people of the congregation that we're really honored and blessed to have. We'll also have a concert in the evening that will range from smooth jazz to alternative rock.
The date is July 8th, and it goes from 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m.
It's $20 at the door, so we hope to see you there.
And to find out more about these and other wonderful activities here at Unity of Walnut Creek, please consult your bulletin and/or our website. And now I'd like to invite Reverend Kristen to the platform.
And Ron Salazar. It wasn't in your script. So Ron and I are here to welcome in new members to this community. And so we'd like to call our new members forward for this service.
Okay. It's my pleasure to invite Levon Martell,
Gina and Stephen Fink and their children, Junie and Gino. Come on up, please.
and Charles Nettles. No, don't. Don't apologize.
So we have a total of 12 new members. Some will be inducted at our second service. A couple of them will need to wait till the next spiritual baptism. So I want to tell you a little bit about this experience. We've been together in our Unity Basics class for the last 3 weeks, and so studying a little bit more in depth the history of Unity and the 5 basic principles. And so membership here at Unity of Walnut Creek represents a spiritual commitment to the Unity community and a personal commitment to our own growth and understanding, expressing the love of God. Our mission, as you know, at Unity of Walnut Creek is in loving community, we empower spiritual growth by modeling and teaching universal spiritual principles. And we express ourselves through the core values that we hold to our greatest ability. They are love, authenticity, transformation, joy, peace, and connection.
And as we have studied in our class together, and in the last few Sundays, we have studied the 5 principles. And this is what we believe in those 5 principles. Number 1, that there is only one God, and God is everywhere present, all loving goodness. God is our source. Number 2, the Christ, or the divine spirit, dwells within each individual. Number 3, we co-create with spirit our experiences through the power of our thoughts and our feelings. And number 4, prayer and meditation are our primary paths to becoming conscious of our oneness with that divine source. And 5, living and demonstrating our principles is essential to our spiritual growth. We believe wholeness is our natural state of being. Oneness is our relationship to everything living. And the earth is a prosperous place. Lacking nothing in truth. Everything we do here at Unity of Walnut Creek is based on our deepest beliefs and values. While we have set forth of our foundational teachings and principles, Unity has no prescribed doctrine other than a commitment to seek the truth and to follow the greatest commandment Jesus gave us when he said, "You shall love God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your mind, and with all of your strength." The second is like unto it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commitment greater than these.
By inviting you into membership, we are acknowledging here at Unity of Walnut Creek your desire to know God, to understand and to love and to live by these spiritual principles, to know God as yourself as well. Your desire to take responsibility for your own awakening and consciously commune with Spirit in prayer, and your desire to support this community with your presence, your participation, your prayers, your tithes, your talents, and your gifts. So our spiritual baptism is also a water baptism, a release and an affirmation. The water is used not to purify, but just to simply cross out what we believe the crucifixion is about, let go of, in other words, any limiting beliefs. So I'll be making the sign of the cross on the forehead of our new members to do just that, to cross out, to release, using blessed water from a very special place in Bali, actually, from across the world. And for our spiritual baptism, we have an affirmation of commitment that we are reading together. So I invite our new members to state this with Ron and I. I affirm my oneness with my Creator and my awareness of the divine Spirit within me. I will always look to Spirit as my source. I affirm my dedication to the spiritual principles of truth and my willingness to seek, learn, and express them. I affirm my belief in the power of prayer by seeking daily quiet times and remembering others in my prayers. I affirm my commitment to honor my body, soul, and our earth home by living in wholeness and unity with all life. I affirm my intent to live the spiritual commandment, love one another as I have loved you. I affirm my commitment to be a productive member in service to the spiritual community and the world as guided by the Holy Spirit. I affirm my willingness to fulfill the divine purpose of my life. And now I ask you as a congregation, are you now affirming your dedication to support these new members in their spiritual growth, to welcome them into this family, and to behold the divine in them? If so, say, I am. I am. So we are gifting you now with a Unity Classic book and a certificate of membership, and Ron will be gifting you with those.
Blessings.
And then we invite the entire congregation, along with the musicians, to bless you in song. Welcome home.
It's a new song, and just start singing along with us as you're ready. I behold divine in you, and I'm warmed by the flame in your heart. Oh, today you are my family, and I'm grateful for all that you are. Do it again. I behold the divine in you, and I'm warmed by the flame in your heart. Oh, today you are my family, and I'm grateful for all that you are. Love binds us all. Love binds us all. Love binds us all. Love binds us all. I behold divine in you, and I'm warmed by the flame in your heart. Oh, today you are my family, and I'm grateful for all that you are. Keep shining your light. Keep shining your light. Oh, keep shining your light. One more. Keep shining your light.
Welcome. You may be seated. Come join the congregation.
Another beautiful song from Jamie, and I want to invite you all this evening to come join us for a picnic on the lawn and a concert with Jamie. Picnic is at 5 o'clock, and the concert is at 6:30.
New members.
What a blessing. What a blessing. In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us, decorate this place. As it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. In the name of love, may we always be seeking out the best till we all are free, living in a world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day's done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. Come on, y'all. In the name of love, in the name of love. Words are pretty easy. Come on. In the name of love, in the name of love. Whoa. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love, here we go now. In the name of love, in the name of love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for such fabulous music. I first heard Jamie's Something's Calling You and was immediately hooked on his music. So it's a real treat to have you with us today, Jamie. And by the way, Lisa wrote that song, especially for the new members. I don't know if you all noticed that. So thank you, Lisa. Yeah. Susan Monroe is our prayer chaplain today, and so we want to invite you to just prepare for your time of meditation. Sit back and enjoy a prayerful reading, some guided meditation, silence, and more music.
The poet David White said, "The moment you've uttered the exact dimensionality of your exile, you are already turning toward home." This is the bright home in which I live. This is where I ask my friends to come. This is where I want to love all the things it has taken me so long to learn to love. This is the temple of my adult aloneness, and I belong to that aloneness as I belong to my life. There is no house like the house of belonging. David White. As we take it a moment to settle into the space of prayer, we recognize that we are not alone. No one is left out of the house of spirit. Everyone belongs to this loving presence and to each other. I am welcomed, embraced, loved, adored, in fact. When I long to belong, I rest in my longing. I breathe into that desire until I return home to the realization that I already belong. I belong to this family and the greater human one. I belong to the kingdom of living beings, my earth home, and the divine. In the adapted words of Rumi, my first love story, the minute I first heard of spiritual community, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind that was. Family doesn't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. And so we are, and so it is. Amen.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feels like I'm walking on marbles. Can't stir the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling? I can feel my heart begin to pound. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Thank you for calling me.
And so we give thanks. Amen.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart and soul, in my life, who I have been, searching for something, but you were my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love. You're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow, caress I feel. When I listen, I hear the most beautiful music out of nowhere. Oh, you're perfect, you're golden, you're light, you're love, with us? You're perfect, golden light, my love. Turn and sing it to a neighbor. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Sing it to another neighbor. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Put your hand on your heart. You're perfect, golden light, my love. Into the spirit of love within. You're perfect, golden light, my love.
The greatest thank you to a good piece of music is that pause that we all did before the clapping. So no, you don't have to clap. You don't always have to give the energy back. These folks get it. They're here to serve. Yeah, thank you. And what service that was. You all should go on the road together. Really beautiful. Hard to believe they all just started singing and playing together this morning. So in Jamie's honor, I want to talk about a local hero in LA, Father Gregory Boyle. He's the founder of Homeboy Industries. Anybody hear of that before? Yeah, handful of you. So I just came back from Unity Convention, and Father Boyle was one of the keynote speakers and workshop leaders, and so I went to both because he was that good. I didn't want to miss anything. His stories are so heart-touching, and what his work is all about, Homeboy Industries, is reaching out to gang members, people who he says most of us in society have cast out. And he says, you must go to the margins to erase the margins. Yeah, and that's what he's done. So all of his work is about working with gang members. And he said in the early days, in the 80s, when he started this work, that nobody wanted to support him. In fact, he was getting death threats. Even the police force didn't want to support him. Everybody thought he was crazy because everybody thought all hope was gone for these young people. Yet he knew a different way, the way of spirit, the way of love and compassion to reach these individuals. And it has become one of the largest sought-after programs around the world where people are trying to replicate what he's done with Homeboy Industries. They have a bakery and a cafe, and they make chips and salsa, and they provide jobs, because he said 80% of what these kids need is a job. And 20% is the rest, the support, the love, the acceptance. So what a beautiful program. And he tells these just really lovely stories about these homegirls and homeboys. That's his words. So he says at Homegirl Cafe, there's a woman waiting tables. I'm going to call her Betty. He called her something other than her name, so it's twice removed from who she really is. And Betty's waiting on the tables, and in comes Diane Keaton. Everybody know Diane Keaton, featured in a lot of Woody Allen films. And so Betty says, I swear I know you from somewhere. And Diane says, oh, you know, maybe I just have a familiar face. Well, Betty's not going to leave it at that, right? So she's going back and getting the food, and she's wondering. She doesn't ask anybody else. She's just wondering in her own mind, who is this woman? I know this person. You know that feeling when you know that person? So she comes back, and she says, I know we were locked up together. Father Boyle said, I never saw Diane Keaton again. So, you know, it's the truth, though, is that there is no separation. We think, oh, celebrity, person, you know, committing violence on the streets or lost somehow. that there's this great separation and there's this exaltation and this diminishment. Now, we may not think that consciously. We're thinking now, oh, no, I don't think that way. Yet, we are a part of this collective consciousness, right? So I think some say 6 degrees of separation, but really there's none. There's no separation. And this practice we have of exalting and diminishing ourselves so we can exalt others, exalting others and diminishing ourselves, that's just a game of the ego. That's not the truth of who we are as equals. There was a Zen master, and he was going to visit his ashram, his people, to provide some kind of teachings. It probably wasn't called an ashram, I just mixed my religions. But anyway, he was going to a sacred place to share with his folks. And when he got there, it was a day earlier than they had it planned. And they were preparing for his arrival like they had prepared for no one else, scrubbing the floors and the walls and planting the flowers. I mean, it had to be perfect for their master, right? So imagine their surprise when he shows up a day early and he rolls up his sleeves and he starts scrubbing the walls and the floor. And they said, "Oh, Master, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm preparing for the grand day of my arrival." If only we prepared for everyone the same way, right? Welcomed everyone the same way. CEO and day laborer alike. The wealthy and the destitute. The moms and the soldiers. The children and the elderly. All of us in it together, because we are. That embrace is what heals. People's work, like Father Boyle's, shows us that the way of spirit, the way of compassion, of love, of healing, of willingness to go to what he calls the margins of this human family is what awakens us, heals us, and allows us to see that, as Mother Teresa said, we just forgot we belong to each other. That's the truth. There's been this sort of sense of camaraderie that there is amongst people we know really well. And I want to share with you some people that you may know really well. I think we have a slide. Some other folks I saw at conference. You know those people? Some of you may know Reverend David. Probably most of you know Reverend David, who was most recently the minister here. And also pictured is Reverend Max Lafsner, who was a minister in previous times. So, of course, with Max and David, I feel an instant sense of belonging, even though I don't know them really well, but we're Unity ministers, and we've all served this community, or now I'm serving it. So there is also this belonging in this community. We find our tribes, we find our communities within the human family, and within the family of all life, of all living things, right? Because we're also in kinship with the trees and the animals and all of the earth. And so I am grateful for the connection with these two, and I thought you might enjoy seeing them. Another keynote speaker, and by the way, I keep referencing Unity Conference. I was at the Unity Conference last week, and that's when you got to hear from our dear brother Ron with a special Father's Day message. And another keynote person that I heard from was Sharif Abdullah. Sharif Abdullah he's an academic and a writer and a teacher of spiritual transformation, and he has a new program called Shadow to Light that I'm hoping that our church will become a pilot church in this program that he's rolling out. And it's about looking at the collective shadow, not just our inner work. Some of you have done the Q process and other inner shadow work. This one is looking at the whole, the collective, our part in it, and bringing that into the light. And he identifies 4 shadows. He says there's a shadow of violence, and there's a shadow of despair, and there's the shadow of lack, and there's the shadow of other. And so that's, as we're looking at belonging, as we're looking at oneness, I really want to look at this otherness that we tend to cast and to move that into the light. Father Boyle said that these gang members are the demonized in our society. I'm reading another book by Leanna Silver called Feminine Genius, and in it she talks about the word demon. And she says the word demon actually came from the word daemon, which was a pagan word, meaning, it wasn't a pagan word, but at the time of the pagans, the Christians kind of overtook the word. Daemon means inner knowing. How about that? We demonized inner knowing. But if we daemonized it, we could resurrect this truth, this intuitive knowing. We made it an evil thing to follow our own inner knowing. And we all know that that's the pathway, right? How do we find where we belong? How do we know that we're a part of this human family or this whole living, breathing, heart-beating earth? How do we know? Through our inner knowing, right? Through our intuition, our emotional nature. Leanna, in this book I just mentioned, tells a story about she and her son, her 3-year-old son. He's in the back seat and she's in the front seat. Good thing he's not driving and he's sitting in the back seat, right? And she says, isn't it great when we're in a good mood together? And she said, he paused for a few moments. And then he said one of those little wise being things. He said, I love all the feelings. Yeah. Wow. We're all going, oh, wow. I'm taking notes from this 3-year-old, right? And she began to think about, could it be that my son might grow up to be that far ahead of where I am trying to learn this? The same kind of reaction for her. Wow. And she began to think about how she had taught him and interacted with him. And she said sometimes when he had tantrums, she did what we all do, tried to tamp it down or ignore it, or, tell him with maybe some irritation to stop it or knock it off, whatever, or laugh. I've been with little kids where we adults have sort of laughed at their temper tantrum because it seems so trivial. But, it's pretty darn real to them when someone takes your toy away. And so she tells of a story. She said, I remember this one time when my son was about 2 or so, and she said, I decided instead of trying to tamp down his tantrum or ignore it in some way, that I would walk right into the storm with him. And so she said, he started to cry when his friend took his toy away, and she said, I held him. And she said, I asked him, do you feel angry? Do you feel sad that your toy was taken away? And he stopped and he nodded for a minute. She said, where do you feel your feelings? And he pointed at his belly. And then he cried some more, and she said, do you want me to dry your tears? And he said, no, I want to cry some more. And so he cried some more. And then when he was done, she said, do you want to go tell your friend that you'd rather she didn't take your toy away when you're still playing with it? And he said yes. And she said he walked over and told his truth. And his friend said she wouldn't do it anymore. What a teaching for all of us, right? Change the scenario, make it an adult scenario, or change the toy, whatever the toy may be for you. If we were brilliant enough to teach our children not to have to learn the brilliant ways they do to protect themselves, to please, to be accepted by stuffing or divorcing themselves or numbing themselves from these feelings, we would allow them to bring in everything that belongs. Because you see, this casting out into the margins or beyond, we do to ourselves too, don't we? The parts of ourselves that we think might not be so acceptable, the feelings that are considered negative or unpleasant that people don't want to be around, we just toss them out or numb them out or split off from them. But who does that serve? No one. And so in our belonging, we also look at what belongs in the energetic understanding of who I am as a spiritual human being, as a whole being. Our belonging is our belonging to ourselves, our returning to ourselves, the allness, the wholeness, and allowing ourselves to have a sharpened, a really good tool, a really good compass that will help us with clarity through this life. If we have a really honed sense of our emotional and our intuitive nature, our inner knowing that we can trust, then we know we belong. And we gather to us all those who we want to play with in this world. Makes it a lot more joyful. Makes it a lot more fun journey. A lot of times, though, in this idea of belonging, we get real hung up in the idea of fitting in, right? You know, go to any school or reflect back on your school experience. There's a lot of that process of fitting in, isn't there? But who wants to really, as we look at it, we do fit in, right? We're part of the human family. We're alive, we're breathing, we have a heartbeat. We fit in, okay? So we can check that off the list. Because the rest of that fitting in thing is just a disingenuous process that leaves us inauthentic duplicates of one another. And that doesn't serve either, because it is our unique expression that the world needs. Our ability to bring forth our gifts, and if we've sort of dumbed them down or washed them out by this desire to fit in, well, it's not a happy thing for any of us when we are bringing forth a sense of mediocrity instead of a sense of the unique and creative expression that we are meant to be as an individual. And so that can be our offering as well when we stop trying to fit into some kind of box and stop trying to make others fit into our ideas of how things need to be, how things need to work. As David White said and Susan shared with us, the moment you've uttered the exact dimensionality of your exile, you're already turning toward home. The moment you've uttered the ways that you have exiled yourself or perhaps others, and exactly how you've done that, you're already turning toward home. I grew up in one of those homes where anger and sadness and all those feelings weren't so welcome, or they were just hidden. It wasn't something that we expressed. It wasn't so acceptable. But I learned at some point by looking at the dimensionality of that exile, what was lost? What are the ramifications of that? And I saw in my family that illness comes from that. I saw in my family that when we hide our pain, we hide our joy. And so when I looked at that exact dimensionality of the exile, I could turn toward the heart of my own home and begin to welcome all those parts of myself back one by one. That's a kind of wholeness in our oneness, in our belonging to ourselves, to spirit, to each other, to this planet. There's a sense of grace sometimes that works in our lives, which is always delightful. Because we're all always talking about the inner work, right? The hard work sometimes of the spiritual path. And sometimes just grace comes along and just gives us a gift. I had one of those in this community already, probably many, but one that's really poignant for me. A few weeks into my time here, I had this experience, but I want to tell you a little bit of context for it first. Joni was one of my dearest friends. She and I worked together at Silent Unity, Unity's telephone prayer ministry. She was a great source of support for me during a difficult time in my life, and I like to think I was a great source of support for her. And we just were great friends. She had a great laugh, and she loved to laugh, and she was a really serious spiritual student, and yet she would look deeply into your eyes whenever you spoke. I always felt she was looking into my soul when we were interacting. She was diagnosed with cancer several years ago, and we lived in different cities, and I went to visit her for a week, and we just spent this really glorious time together. And she told me about this good friend of hers from California that had just come to visit her with his wife, and he was a licensed Unity teacher from California, and did I know him? And I said, no, I've never heard of him, and it's weird, I've never heard you talk about this. Oh yeah, we've been really good friends. And so then she moved to Boston for the hospice time of her life to be back with her family. And this friend came again, and she said, oh, my friend from California came again. I wonder if you could come out again. And I still wondered about this friend, So a few weeks into my time here, I'm having dinner with Ron, and he says, hey, I'm wondering, you worked at Silent Unity. Did you know Joni? And we both just sort of got misty-eyed. Said, I miss Joni so much. And I felt the hand of Spirit, the hand of this person that we both loved pulling us together and pulling me to this place where if there were any doubt, I was reminded that I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people. If that isn't belonging, I don't know what is. So let's close out together with an affirmation. I belong to Spirit, my human family, and this beautiful blue planet. I am home, and so it is.
Joy, like I just had, or a concern on your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have intentions raised up in consciousness. Let us now open our hearts to the consciousness of a giving as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack of limitations. There is only abundance. And we're not ever disconnected from this abundance. We are only blocked from it, from our own stuff, right? Don't sweat the small stuff, yeah? There are varieties of ways to give to this community. For credit card donations, you can, for credit card donations, you can use PushPay on your smartphone or take an envelope from the clipboard on the back of each chair in front of you. Those of you at home can also use the PushPay on the Watch Live page or the donate button on the Watch Live page. And so now, if you could please take your tithe in your hand, or if you don't have your tithe with you, just put your hand over your heart and say with me our blessing. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
What a great moment. Just have the feeling that you've created a really safe place to land here.
Unless we're here to share our brilliance, I am your safe place to land. You are my safe space to land. We made a great place to dance. I am your safe place to land. You are my safe space to land. We made a great place to dance. Safe place to land. I am your safe place to land. So we're walking through our new garden that we came here to cultivate. Out of seeds that we planted long ago, through the winds of change and fade. I see you and you see me. We'll welcome each other to our destiny. All that we're here to express and nothing less. We're here to share our brilliance. I am your safe place to land. You are my safe space to land. We made a great place to dance. I am your safe place to land. You are my
Indeed, a safe place to land. Let's bless our gifts and our givers. Together we have a affirmation. There it is, coming. Together, we give thanks for the ever-increasing, unceasing flow of absolute good in our lives now. And so it is. Let's welcome our children with song.
In the light, in the light, in the light, we are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
All right, let's bless our young people and our teachers together. Youth and teachers, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. All right, let's close out with our prayer of protection and our peace song. Thank you, musicians. Fabulous, fabulous musical day. Fabulous you all. Fabulous new members. It's all good. The prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
That was meant to be, with God ever present, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I am the light and the love and the peace on earth right now. Let your light shine and have fun.